As promised, we do have a special guest in the studio with us, our dear friend Jim Bauer with Bauer Trading. And Jim, as we mentioned, it's a big day as it goes for the USDA. It's Crop Production and World Supply and Demand Estimate Day, and you've been studying the numbers like a lot of folks in agriculture have. I guess, what are some of the highlights for the crop guys in our region?
Well, this report is a big report, but it's not as big as the one that's going to come out on June 29th. Now, that's a really important time for that. That could possibly be the major report of the year, particularly with what has happened so far this year in the Midwest. On today's report, though, no big shockers. I think the old crop and new crop stocks, the corn came in a little bit friendly, a little bullish. Old crop stocks, the soybeans, and new crop soybean stocks, also a little friendly. Unfortunately for the wheat producers, the wheat number looks to me like a more neutral number. But remember, it's not what the numbers are, it's how those markets react to the report. And the wheat market actually acted relatively good given the numbers that were brought forth. So I'm a little bit encouraged by the action in wheat looking out ahead. Now, looking out ahead even more, we're watching Russia, particularly southern Russia and the Ukraine, because those are major competitors in the wheat export markets, and they've been having a lot of problem with drought.
Well, we know the crops look a little bit better up here in the northern plains than they do down in the central and southern plains, especially down in Texas where they're actually harvesting that winter wheat crop as we speak. Where do you think this wheat market is headed for these guys up here in Montana and Wyoming and the Dakotas?
Well, hopefully based upon today's market action, it gives a little clue that things might start to get a little bit better now. The harvest is moving relatively fast because the yields in some areas have been actually terrible. But as the harvest moves up into southern Kansas, I think the demand for high quality, high protein wheat is going to be very good because a lot of the millers and end users of wheat need that new crop for blending purposes. So watch the market action, watch how the market acts to the news.
For the livestock producer out there, what do these crop reports mean to them? What did it show for feed usage, whether it be wheat or even corn?
Well, the corn market seems to be the market leader right now. So what I've been talking to the feedlot operators about is to make sure that they got their in-usage needs covered for maybe 6 months to a year on this hard break that we've recently seen. Now, if we get a 178 corn yield, obviously and nothing happens worldwide, we're going to drift lower. But the critical time for corn yield determination this year will be about July 5th through July 25th, and everybody better really be on their toes at that particular time.
Well, we always appreciate you stopping by and lending your very insightful perspective into where this market or these markets are headed, and thank you for stopping by. Speaking of markets, we'll take a look at them right after this.